Thanksgiving is too powerful to be neglected. The Bible recorded that at the moment of their offering, the Bible said that God accepted. There is a God who accepts what men have brought. So a pattern is laid that there's a God who recognizes men's offering, even in the lowest of the naira. There's a God in heaven who recognizes that what you have done is a sacrifice that came out of you, and will accept you and accept your sacrifice. That's how powerful Thanksgiving could be. It looks physical, but has the ability to break through into the realms. Let God create in your mind that this is not ordinary. This may look like the common act of man, but it is too deeply spiritual from beginning till today. The God of Abel that saw sacrifice and accepted it is still God today, who sees men in their sacrifice. In other words, a pattern was laid that there's a God that recognizes sacrifice. Take not for God for granted, and take not yourself for granted when you are involved in thanksgiving. You are come to do something that is deeply very spiritual. Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. And Abel also brought a gift, the best portions. Abel was intentional. It's not like Cain, some. So he came before the Lord with a mentality of the best. That God who gave him all these things deserves the best. And the best I could see here, we are not in their sizes. He brought the small lamb, but a different lamb. The first, the very best, the first strength. While Cain was focusing on quantity, he focused on quality. Quality changed the dimension. God is both. He's both God of quantity. He's also both God of quality. So when you come in the order of ranking in the presence of God, quality takes the day. That's why David looked around and said, I can never offer to the Lord anything that does not cost me. So he has picked firstborn here, firstborn here, firstborn here, firstborn. So he packed all the firstborns and said, Lord, I come before you because these are the door openers of this mothership. He said, by faith, Abel offered a more worthy sacrifice. I mean, spirituality starts with faith. He said, without faith, it's impossible to please God. There's an attachment, there's a connection with this thing that is first. But it is those things that is first in your heart. Whatever that is first in your heart is what God is looking for. What have you taken as priority? First simply means priority. What have you esteemed? What have you regarded? What have you exalted? What have you honored? Because the moment you can offer God what you honor becomes your idol. Even Abraham considered that God was able to raise back the son back to life. So he took that son. God was so specific. Say, take your son, your only son, that one you love. Take him and go and sacrifice. Quality. That one you love. Take him and come and offer. God is not a joy killer. God does not want to take from you and reduce you. God does not ever reduce. God is a lifter. God exalts men. God increases men. That's why givers never lack. That's why those who have over years practiced giving has never reduced. God is not a taker. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He said, silver and gold are mine. He said, God does not delight in burnt offering and sacrifices. But he has got order and principles and ordinances. How things work, especially to work for your good. God is simply saying, give me your Isaac. If you can dare give me your Isaac, I will give him back to you. So men who have back end up losing it. He said, he that gives back his life loses it. But he that gives out his life gains it. So when you hold it back, you lose. It says, see that a man that withholdeth corn. When you withhold corn, when it is in your season to give it out, shall be cursed by men. So God's interest is not to take from you, but it's just watching you to see where you place him in your heart. God is watching you to see if truly he is number one, if truly he is priority, if truly you have exalted him in your heart to